Well, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Dark Nova channel with some more from the depths. And today, I just could not be energetic with this soothing music. This music is so good. So yeah, this is our next craft. It has 21,600 engine power, so yeah, I am aiming for a big battleship, maybe a flying big battleship, but only time will tell. And this engine is a modular engine someone recommended on my channel comments, and this is so good. Yeah, it is not as efficient as I could have made it, around 4,000 power per fuel, but then those designs just take way too much space. But this is a compact space and a modular thing as well, so you just copy one of these chunks, one of these squares, and you can copy it over and over and over again. Suppose we have 21,000 power, right? We can do is place prefab, and if I remember there we go, there's the prefab. We can simply just add it, if I can get it correctly. There we go. We can just simply add it in here, and it will add up more and more power. So look at that, now we have 24,000 power, but I doubt we need that much, so we'll just be deleting this nice and easily. 24,000 power, pretty good, and its efficiency is pretty good as well. We'll delete this since I don't want to go through the hassle of deleting the whole thing. It's currently 12,000 at cost, which is really good because I am aiming for somewhere around 200,000 to 300,000 resources this time, and it should be pretty good. Shield projector, go ahead, project all the shield, use all the power, and there we go. Look at that, these have, it just increases. The first one's not too much, 28 gas, but as you go on, the gas just keeps increasing. So all that fuel consumption, to be honest, for 21,600 power, that fuel consumption is still pretty low. So I'm gonna build on this thing and come back to you guys after I have done something significant. So I have built this. Pretty fast shooting 400mm cannons, and I'm hoping to have 12 of them. That might be a little too expensive, but we'll see. 3 cannons already here, and I'm really hoping to have 4 sets of the same cannon copied into the vehicle. Pretty fast shooting, pretty fast reloading, I love it. And now all the essentials are essentially wrapped around the engine. These are the processing cards for AI, protected by surge protectors, a lot of ammunition processors, and of course by the looks of it, it's pretty evident that this is indeed the ammo with an air block in the middle, and we have 6,000 ammo for this guy. So yeah, this thing is basically the vehicle's heart. Now I just gotta add the movement, the weapons, and the aesthetics, and we will be good to go. I am thinking about making it an airship, and we'll see if I can actually do that. I literally have no idea why I am decorating this engine. It looks pretty darn awesome, but the thing is, this thing is gonna be inside the whole craft. Why am I decorating this engine? I can just slap in something, but no. I just had to make even the internals look good. I can't live without this aesthetics. So, a bit of a change, guys. the engine, I realized the more lasers and stuff I started adding to this craft, the engine was too big for what it offered. Yes, it was efficient, but I think it is the time that we sacrifice some of the engine efficiency for a little bit of more power. We just absolutely need behemoth's amount of power to make this thing work as I intend. And yeah, this is coming in slowly. This is looking better and better, and I'm pretty confident about it. And there we go, guys. A lot more energy dense, a lot smaller, but a lot more inefficient. So let's plop in not a strategic antenna. Where is this? Shield protector. Shield protector. Plop you in. Use your power to the fullest. Strength 10 shields are really power hungry. Even with that thing. Oh my lord. Wow. Reflect. Even that one shield could not take all the power. Finally, for the first time in any of my craft, one of those could not take in all the damn power. There we go. And there we go. Why? Why is the power flickering? Are you guys heating up for some reason? Oh, 14 degrees Celsius. I don't know why the power reduced by a little, but yeah. That reduced, but look at that fuel consumption. Oh my lord. We will need some refineries on these things, that is for sure. But yeah, that had to be done. We needed that space and we needed those insane amounts of energy. So yeah. There we go. Dropping down on fuel pretty fast. And here we are with our lovely, lovely looking laser guns. So I changed the position of this thing as well, and as you guys can see, this is pretty heavily armored because 400mm shells, HE shells, when they blow up, they take the whole craft with it. So yeah, I had to invest in a lot of heavy armor here so it doesn't blow up the whole craft. And yeah, having more than one instant of these cannons was too dangerous for the craft, so I will have more smaller advanced cannons, but that will mainly be the main mainly be the main advanced cannon. And here we go. This is our laser, and since we have tons of engine power now, that should not be an issue. And I do not know why I made this thing yellow. I probably messed this up. I wanted to make this pink, but it's yellow. And yeah, that engine power comes at a cost of pretty high fuel usage, but I am okay with that. 45,000 engine power, good enough for me. And yeah, of course, this thing will have lamps as well. There's a separate, smaller and weaker laser system in here just for lamps. That thing is coming from right down there. A big, big laser setup. Probably not the best, but yeah, big nonetheless. I can probably fine-tune this even more. I will hypnotize you by the power of advanced cannons. And here we have our airship with most of the weapons I had in mind in place. It boasts two very large lasers which need a lot of engine power to run, but we have that engine power. Two of these unturreted fixed advanced cannons with Omni manlet and shooting purely HE shells at the fire rate of 300 per minute. lots of torpedoes hid in here, which will be shot straight down since it's mainly gonna be an airship, I would hope, because I have been building this thing with an airship mindset. And yeah, you guys can see it has a lot of heavy armor, so all those turrets have gone under some blast test and passed without causing too much damage to the internals. As you guys can see, a little bit of damage, but not that much really. And this thing, the main cannon of this thing, 400mm cannons, 3 of them, which shoot pure inertial explosive warhead shells. So yeah, that is that, and we will now move on to actually make the exterior of the ships and add some movement to it. And finally, 2 more fixed cannons on each side, and the weaponization is complete. I will keep these 500mm cannons, and it takes around 74.3 seconds for each autoloader to load up with the shell, but then it has enough autoloaders for this cannon to last for exactly 68 seconds. So it only rests for a few seconds before loading up again and shooting out. And yeah, this thing does not use ammo clips. It just uses autoloaders with ammo input in them, and it really works pretty nice. So we'll fire one of these just to show it off. And yeah, the turning is not that great on it, and yeah, it can work as our main propulsion since this doesn't have any recoil absorption whatsoever. And as you guys can see, the warhead is 2 frags and a sabot. I don't know how this will work, but in theory it should work a little bit. But who knows. 42 fragments, 301 kinetic damage, inertial fuse. Yeah, pretty great. The blowout on this thing isn't that bad either. Oh, there we go. Just look at that. It just blew out the whole cannon, did a little bit damage around it, and most of the fragments went confined by this heavy armor section. So yeah, it is not as bad as the other ones. Proud of it. Makes a small hole if it blows out. Really good. And yeah, there we go. Finished. Just the lower part remains. So much space in there though. I can most definitely have a use for it. Yep. Maybe I'll add a missile spam there. But who knows. So guys, what can I say other than I am happy and sad at the same time. Our newest craft, we are only gonna use the lasers, and here are 2 ancients, one from the side and one from the front, face to face to the new craft, and the other showing its side to the new craft. Let's resume the game. Shoot the ancient once with the laser. Yeah, that was once. I just pressed control once. Look at that. Look at that. The middle turret is gone and the other ancient is very much trying to repair it. Let's shoot it twice. The front turret is gone. Let's shoot it thrice. Went through all that heavy armor there. Let's shoot it once more. Yep, all the turret is gone. Just look at that. I shot this ancient 4 times with our new laser. And it would have been almost dead if not for the other ancients. So we can do is destroy one of those ancients. We'll let it get destroyed in pause mode, otherwise our FPS will dip like crazy. Magnificent destruction on the way. You can't save the other ancient. Ancient? There we go. And let's shoot the next ancient face to face. What was that, like 2 seconds? Look at that! Went straight through here, went through those heavy armor, went straight through there, almost went through this. Let's shoot it a few more times. And mind you, this laser is almost going through water. What was it, like that, 4 or 5 seconds? Look at that! Straight through the whole ancient. This looks promising, guys. I don't know how it will do in the NETER campaign, but yeah, it does look very, very promising. Let's destroy the ancient. Cut this thing in half. Destruction. Oh my lord, I can't look at the ancient anymore. Would you look at that, guys? Meet the Hell Knight. I do not care if it works properly or not. I do not care if it works good in combat or not. I do not care if it's efficient or not. All I care about right now is this thing absolutely looks gorgeous, and I can stare at it all day. Indeed, before starting this section of the recording, I was straight staring at it for almost 10 minutes after I finished the paint job. So the idea behind this thing, the aesthetics of this thing, is that this area, this circle, the big circle on top of the craft, is producing the energy from hell, and somehow we are producing crafts that follow a demonic theme, so I absolutely went with that demonic theme here. So the idea is the hell energy is being produced here, and it flows through the nooks and crannies of the craft and ultimately gets fed to the weapons. So most of the energy, as you guys can see, is being fed to the main weapon of this craft, are these big bad ass lasers. And then it is flowing down, going to these cannons. It is flowing from the sides, going through these pipe-like things that looks amazing too, and going into these cannons as well, flowing into the side cannons, flowing back here into the thrusters, flowing down into the cannons and the missiles and also the torpedoes. And yeah, that is how I imagined making this craft look like at the beginning, and I managed to pull that off somehow. And now, apart from the aesthetics, the main weapons of these things are obviously these lasers. They eat 50,000 power per second. That is quite a lot. These two miniguns, which shoot pure HESH shells at quite a lot of fire rate, and that is sometimes devastating to the enemy and sometimes not if the enemy is heavily armored. And sorry for the hiccup there. And I converted these side cannons from very big cannons to double barrel cannons just because the big cannons were too slow to hit any kind of targets. They were even worse than cram cannons, which I did not like. And I just noticed that I did not paint this area. Why? Why? How did I miss that? And we have quite a lot of EMP spam missiles here. These are frag missiles mostly, with a few EMP warheads to break the shields of the enemies, since the white flares seem to be using a lot of shields, and then 10 torpedoes on each side. They're pretty big torpedoes. I think they are 10 blocks long and freezing there. Yep, pretty big torpedoes. And some sonar buoys here so we can detect submarines and sinking targets as well. So that is the whole craft there. It has target prioritization as well. And now we're gonna find some deep water guard designs and not white flare designs, because I feel like in theory this should work against white flares, but if my theory fails, I will lose. Alright, and I will accept the loss. I won't reload any save games. If this fails against the white flares, I will accept the loss and I will start the campaign over with more efficient designs. So yeah, I feel it is just unfair for me to make this thing go against white flare designs in the sandbox mode and tweak this thing according to white flare designs. So yeah, that is just unfair, but we have obliterated the deep water guard, right? So I think I have all the right to use all the designs from the deep water guard. So what we'll do here is pause the game. Shields everywhere. Shields everywhere. Wherever you see, you find shields. That was a weird entry into this video. I am recording this bit of footage while editing, and I noticed that I didn't show off the shielding. So yeah, there we go. Shields everywhere. Apply opaque shields. Not a single bit of gap. Double shielding. The face has triple shielding. So yeah, advanced cannon should be pretty useless. And yeah, as soon as I spawned something in, the game crashed, but apparently it was not the game's fault. It was Google Chrome memory leak. Apparently it's not fixed yet. Yup, 98% idling of RAM usage even though I have 16 gigs of RAM. So thank you Google for that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and spawn something useful and change the music first. There we go. Marauder? No, this thing will be too unfair for the Marauder. Let's pause the game. Let's spawn in a plunderer, a paddle gun, and then a flying squirrel just to show off the target prioritization, because the white flares seem to have a lot of fast nuclear kamikaze designs, and no amount of shields, no amount of defense can save you if a nuclear kamikaze weapon hits you. So yeah, one of the lasers should target the flying squirrel. Am I holding everything? Yes, I was holding everything. No wonder. And look at that, as soon as I stop holding all the weapons, one of the lasers goes ahead and targets the flying squirrel just because it is fast and it is the smallest target in the area. So yeah, one of the lasers target the bulkiest target while the other one targets the fastest first, then the smallest. So after the flying squirrel is dead, it should target the paddle gun, and the other laser should be right on top of all over that plunderer. Let's shoot stuff, shall we? The squirrel is already dead, of course. That squirrel can never stand in front of a hit scan weapon like that laser. Stop shooting it! It's dead! Let it die! Even some of my cannons are shooting flying squirrel. Damn it, I need to work on that prioritization. And there we go. Finally, one of the lasers are targeting the plunderer, while the other laser and some cannons are targeting the paddle gun just because of their size and speed differences. And as you guys might notice, none of the the advanced cannon shots from the enemies are getting through. None. Yup. This thing is double shielded, and the lamps are pretty heavy as well. So yeah, pretty good on that defense part. And as soon as I wanted to show off the defense part, the enemies just stopped shooting. Why do you guys stop shooting? Because you guys are idiots, as always, ramming into each other. But then, your condition is not really good. Shall I spawn in another paddle gun just to show off the shields? I think I should. Oh my lord, that missile spam. That missile spam. You have engine exhaust pipes that do not point out of the vehicle. I think I blocked some of the pipes, yeah. There we go. Just crush this thing with your almighty lasers. Awesome. Another paddle gun, please. Yeah, that might kill my craft, but I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. 4 paddle guns. Because why not? Why not? Oh no. My thing is turning. Yup. The Hell Knight needs a little bit of AI tweaking. So yeah, it should stay head to head towards the enemies just because most of his firepower is right on his face. And look at that lamps working. Oh, heavy missile spam, yup. Some of them went through, but not really that much damaging. 98% still, and still going. Look at that. Most of the advanced cannon are not hitting, and something... Oh, Jesus Christ. This thing, every time I make a big battleship, I just seem to completely ignore a cockpit. And I level up, somehow. Jesus. I somehow always ignore a good cockpit. And finally something went through, and a shield went down, and yeah, it is going through now. But yeah, for 4 plunderers, I mean 4 paddle guns, should be a little overpowered. There we go. We saw it win, now we are looking at it lose as well. Will it win though? I have all the trust in you, please win. Oh god, one of the cannons are gone. That's why the shields near it are gone, yeah. But the other side seems okay. Shoot those, please win. 2 plunderers gone. I mean paddle guns. Why do I keep messing up the names? Oh, okay. Your PID. Did I not? Oh, I forgot to save after adding the roll PIDs. Wow. Good me, good me. Good me. This thing is going down just because I forgot to set these thrusters as the roll thrusters. Damn it. Well, it's always good to see the flaws in your craft. Yup, it kind of won. It kind of won. Roll PID. We shall fix you right in the middle of a battle. Okay, so roll. 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 And roll. That should be good enough for you. I actually think I did that, but forgot to save that. There we go. We lost some of the battle, but yeah, it won. It won by a long shot. Won by a long shot. I'm happy with that. Die! Happy. Happy ending. It just took a little of beating to the face. and to the sides as well. But all the vital components are heavy armored, so yeah, all of them survived. Except this one. This one blew up from the inside. So yeah, I think this is the perfect time to end this episode here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and hope you liked what I have built here. Took me 5 days, but it was completely and totally, utterly worth it. I'm very happy with the design, and the next episode we will go into the NETER campaign and obliterate some white flares, or be obliterated by them. So yeah, I'll end this episode here, guys. Like this video if you liked it, and more importantly, like this video so I know that you guys want to see more from the depths from me, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one with the Hell Knight. I should probably come back into the Hell Knight. Warp. How did I die though? The cockpit is here. How did I actually manage to die? It's probably in the safest place. The Hell Energy Generator.